This is Charlie Parsons for Boxing Social in association with Forged Irish Stout and Empire Fight Store. Found myself down the Matchroom gym today like we never left. Mr. Conor Benn, how are we, mate?
I'm good, mate. How are you?
I'm good. Thanks for having me, Geese.
My pleasure, man.
You were actually quite nice when I came in today. Usually a bit menacing, giving me the old chiropractor treatment, click the old back.
Yeah. It's only right. Full service when you come round here.
Well, get up. How are you? How's things away from just life? Christmas time's approaching. You're a family man. What's the crack?
Yeah, good, mate. Just excited for what's to come. You know, just excited to get back in the ring, man. That's what my life is all about. As much as I'm a family man, you know, I got a little daughter on the way.
Congratulations.
Yeah, a little daughter on the way, but little Eli's a handful as it is. But yeah, man, excited for that.
Is he a mummy's boy? Be honest.
Don't know, it's a hard one because it comes to dad when he wants fun. It comes to dad when he wants treats. But he goes to mum for the cuddles, unfortunately. So I'm working on that one.
I was going to say, maybe that's like the daughter's going to be...
And I'm there for it. I love my kids, man.
We like that. What's Christmas time in the Benn household like? Must be a good time. I suppose for you, you're probably going to be training, right? So it won't be too mad for you. Yeah,
we always have all the family around, the cousins, the grandparents. You know, we have the full family around. I think last Christmas we had around 20 people over at my house. So it's always lovely. We may do Christmas on our own, as it's the last Christmas of 3 this year. So yeah, mate, just excited. You know, I think it's the time you can really just spend some time with your family. Obviously, you know, I'll be in training camp, but I can compartmentalise everything that's going on.
All right, let's talk about the nitty-gritty. I caught up with Eddie on Tuesday night, and there was always deadlines, right? But the deadlines were sort of being pushed back because we know it's a mega fight. As of Tuesday night, he said there's 36 hours until we really can't do any more. We know that the ball is in Chris Eubank's court. The money that they've offered him, apparently, I don't know the figures, but can't see him making more elsewhere. As of Thursday afternoon, where are we at with that fight? Eddie said his gut feeling is it probably wouldn't happen February 3rd, Tottenham Hotspur Stadium.
Yeah, I can't see the fight happening with me and Chris in general. The money he wants is silly money. Bearing in mind he's getting paid silly money, career highest payday to fight at welterweight. And he's lost his pen. Would I want to fight me if I was him? Probably not. He's at the end of his career. He asked the WBO to remove him from mandatory position as he don't want to fight Jaime. So I think that sums him up. He's lost his pen. I'm going to move forward with my career. There's plenty of big fights that are being circulated for me. Feb 3rd still the show still goes on, and we have opponents already. We have opponents already lined up. We have 4 opponents lined up already. So we've agreed to all of them. So hopefully have an announcement this weekend.
That I'm going to go into because I'm going to reel off a couple of suspected names I may have and do my digging that I've got to do. But on Chris's side of stuff, I said to Eddie, is there any chance that you delay this in terms of maybe start looking at a March date or an April date? And he said, no, my instruction is from Conor that he fights end of January or early February. You weren't willing to wait around any longer for that potential fight. Maybe do you feel like you're just constantly giving week after week? And this, obviously, you would have 10 weeks on sale. I think we're now looking at, if it got announced, which obviously it looks like it isn't going to be, you would have only really had 5 weeks, right? So you're not pushing back anymore?
No, of course not. I mean, listen, I'm not going to wait around for this guy who wants to mess around and be out in Vegas playing poker. He can gamble away his money. So for me, I'm 27. I feel like I'm just getting started. A good 5-6 years left in the game. My name's up there, top 5. My name's in talks with every big fighter, whether it's 140, 147, 154. People want to see me in these fights. I'm going to get paid regardless. Do you know what I mean? It was just a matter of me wanting to give this man a beating. And you got to say he's scared. You have to say he's scared. Whether that's because he got knocked out by Smith, who's a 154 fighter. Does he really want... It'll be his last fight. I wasn't joking when I said I'd end his career. So, you know, have the fights that you want to try and select. You know, avoid your mandatories, avoid your the fighters that you should be fighting. You know, you think he's ducking a welterweight. You know, and this ain't no, oh, he's scared, oh, he's ducking. It's facts. Career highest payday to fight someone who's coming up 2 weights to fight her. You know, he's a pussy.
He's been quite cryptic. He posted a clip from an interview Eddie did last week, and then obviously he responded to, so I think you put out, you've lost your pen, and he replied with something. But other than that, he's not said anything on the matter. Why is that?
I think he should just retire. In the words of Nassim Hamid, you should just retire. You know, and that's it. You know, unfortunately, it was a fight that I wanted to give the British public. They deserve it. They want to see the fight. But unfortunately, you know, he wants silly money that he'll always want. So will the fight happen in the future? Definitely not. I won't wait around for it.
This is done this chapter's done now.
Yeah. Listen, money comes and goes, man. Money comes and goes. And that's that. I'm going to make money. I'm going to lose money. I'm going to make some more money. I'm going to make double the money. You know, and that's just the way it works, you know. So for me, it's all about the glory. You know, and that's setting out to achieve what I have planned on achieving when I turned over, which is the 147 world titles, which is the big names in the States.
Just quickly, before we talk about the big names in the States, is there any emotional connection? And I ask you that because obviously your dad, who's behind us now, the great fight, and obviously when we saw this, it was almost like the trilogy that never was sort of thing. There's, you know, it's not just you have bad blood with a guy, it's like the family legacy. Is there that emotional side to it that you're gutted that the opportunity's gone, or not really?
Yeah, because it's a mega fight. You think, what, 70,000 at Spurs? It's a mega fight, commercially. So, yeah, am I disappointed? Yeah, but am I emotional? Of course not. I'm not really asked. Just give me a man. What's his name? I don't even need to know his name. Sign me up. You know, whoever it is. You know, so and that's it really. Is I'll fight any man. You know, and now we come back down to 147, which is no problem. 147 is my weight.
So do you think probably more sensible option?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. But listen, it was a mega fight.
Yeah, of course.
So, you know, the Eubank's lost his pen. He's lost it before. And this is what he'll be known for. So, you know, again, it makes no difference to me. Next year I become world champion.
Let's talk about, you mentioned some American names in there, and it's a division that is absolutely stacked with talent from like top to even the fringe level. The names I said to Eddie, and he sort of said I was warm in that estimation of fighters, were your Barrioses, your Furmans, your Garcias. Are we in around the right ballpark there?
Yeah, you are. You are.
I love how you just give me the yeah, you are, and you don't elaborate. You know I'm looking for a bit of elaboration.
Well, those are the names I've been calling for. Yeah. Those are the names I want. You know, I ain't fought 147 for almost 2 years. I'll still come back and beat these guys up. I still come back and show these people what's what. You know, and confidence is one hell of a thing, but, you know, I have the right to be as confident as I am, with me working as hard as I do, with me training like how I train, staying disciplined through the adversity, and keeping my eyes on the ball when, you know, many would have fell off. You know, so, you know, pat on the back to me for staying disciplined, staying in the gym, staying working, and getting through it. Do you know what I mean? So, as I said, what's another man to me? You know, anyone they put in front of me, Barrios next, Ugas, Thurman, Garcia, Haney, all of them, you know. Some of them I like, some of them I don't like. You know, but all of them names, listen, all of them are American names. You know, I would say Josh Taylor, but Josh Taylor's got to handle his beef with his Carroll first. Can't just escape that one. But, you know, apart from that, there's no domestic names for me, so that's that. I'm out there to get these world titles. I ain't turning down I ain't sending out emails to no organisation to say, don't make me mandatory, please, I beg, because I'm scared. I'm scared of a welterweight.
When I spoke to Ed, he said that there is a plan in place. Frank, Eddie, Sean, working vigorously behind the scenes to have something ideally announced or signed this weekend. Now that would mean sort of inferring between the lines that you have people, there are some of those names that you've mentioned, I imagine communications and talks have been going on and they're going well. Is there a likely number one contender as to your opponent, Feb 3rd? I feel like it's Barrios.
Well, just keep thinking.
I'm prodding, that's my job, to prod on an opponent.
Prod, but I mean, I've got to react. That ain't my job.
No, that's true.
You keep prodding, you ain't prodding good enough. You need to work on your techniques a bit better.
How would you, what technique would you recommend in prodding?
Come here, no.
Ah. Do you have, alright. What?
Gone all red, you have.
Gone all red?
Yeah, I must have frightened you a little bit.
Probably. I mean, I'm not much of a fighter, so.
Nah, don't worry, I'm a lover too.
Alright, away from who is the front runner, out of Ugas, Furman, Barrios, and Garcia, I feel like are the likely four.
And Haney.
I don't think it happens February 3rd. As much as you like the Haney fight, I'm just saying I don't think it's realistic for Feb 3rd. No, of course. But that's people that you'd like to fight, but you'd like to fight anyone, right? Who would be your favourite out of the four I just mentioned for February 3rd? Barrios? Yeah,
definitely Barrios. He's the one with the WBC interim. You know, I'm top 5 where I belong, so I want to beat that. I want to beat the guy with the belt, and that's it. You know, so Furman has been great fight, yes, but has been. Will it last long? Probably not. You have Ugas just come off a defeat. I like Ugas, but again, that's probably. Yeah. You know, Ugas just lost a defeat. Barrios just had a great win. It just makes sense. That's the perfect fight for me.
How does that fight go, yourself and Barrios?
Good fight for as long as it lasts. Yeah, I get the stoppage. Yeah, within the first half. Yeah.
There we are. You're learning.
Say no more. Say less.
Tank had a little jibe. That would be a mega fight, right? Like huge, genuinely huge.
Yeah, I've been going back and forth with him today.
What do you make of it?
Well, he's just a little dweeb, isn't he? He's a little dweeb. He comes up to my height. You know, little dwarf wife beater. That's what he is. You know, so for him to keep my name in his mouth, keep my name out your mouth.
That's a huge fight. Huge.
He comes up to my hip.
Does that mean you wouldn't entertain it?
No.
Really?
No, he won't come to 147. What's he gonna do? What's he gonna do? I ain't no Barrios. What 147 has he ever fought? He's a little man.
You mentioned Devin Haney. What did you think of his performance against Regis Prograis? Also moved up a weight and I think rehydrated to 165 pounds.
Yeah, that's mad. But listen, he done what he needed to do. You know, he's got a great boxing brain. He's 25. You know, 2-weight world champion. So you got to admire and respect his achievements. He's a great fighter. Hand speed, IQ, boxing brain. He's a great fighter. But that's all there is to it. He works hard, you know, and it is about this life. So yeah, that's what make it. He done what he needed to do to win. Was it the most entertaining fight? Probably not. But sometimes they're not. They're not all going to be entertaining. They're all not going to be spectacular knockouts. They're all not going to be, you know. Sometimes you just got to do what you got to do to win, and he done that clearly, easy.
Conor, what is your ideal 2024? How many times do you want to fight?
I was literally just having this conversation with Greg downstairs. Would like to get out 3 times: February, summer, and then end of the year.
If you had like a hit list, Barrios in February, who in summer, and who to end up the year?
I think Barrios in February, get the title, defend it, and then, you know, fight whoever the full world champion is. That's the plan, man. Stick to 147.
You expect the belts to get fragmented?
I do, but that's not really the way you want to be elevated to full world champion. But if that's the case, then unification with the likes of Ennis or whoever, Stanionis, whoever's got the belts at the time.
Do you like that Boots fight? That's something that you've spoke about for ages, right?
Yeah, it's mad because you have all the social media people that stay away from him, stay away from that guy. I've mentioned his name numerous times, no response ever. In fact, his dad said that I'm not known in America, I'm not known in Philly. It's mad. But yeah, I'm not known in America. Sorry, he didn't say known in America, I'm not known in Philly. And he has no interest in a fight because I'm not a name and I'm not top 5 or top 10. So, that's his outlook on it. You've got to think to yourself, why has there been no mention back? Ever. I've never shied away from that fight. Ever. Yeah, he looks great, and yeah, he is a great fighter, and yeah, he's a good fighter, but I believe I'm great, and I believe I'm good too. So, just correct all the haters and people saying, oh yeah, you won't fight. I'll fight anybody. I'm willing to go up to 160. So anyone 147 will do.
You believe that the future, or certainly the next year of your career, given how dominant the welterweight division is in America, that these fights probably take place over there?
Yeah, I think it's a godsend, to be honest. My last fight in the States, potentially my next fight in the States, because that's where the world titles are.
Was there ever, out of curiosity, we heard about a maybe international approach for the Eubank fight potentially in March time? Now, that was never cleared up whether it was Saudi Arabia, but obviously you would infer maybe so. Did anything ever sort of come of that? Like, were there ever any deep talks where you thought that could have been a reality?
What, in March? Yeah. I'm not going back down to 147 and back up to 160.
No. I mean, like, back in the discussions of the Chris Eubank Jr. fight, when the international approach was there, was that full March?
When?
Fairly recently, Eddie said there was an international approach for the fight, but nothing ever materialised from it.
I don't know what you're talking about. No.
John Ryder, that man there, what a fight he's got. Jaime Munguia out in Arizona. A lot of people actually pick him to win that fight. You can sort of see why. He gave a great account of himself against Canelo, Jaime Munguia. A bit of a strange performance against Derevyanchenko, who's moved up in weight. What do you make? How does that fight go?
Do you know what? I don't think John gets the full credit he deserves. It's crazy. Because when you're talking, people want to go, oh yeah, you're not going to do this, or you're not going to be that, or you can't do this, it's just a payday. But yet put up a better fight than most of the top Americans everyone keeps putting on a pedestal. Put up a better fight. Shown resilience, strength, ability, so yeah, it's just crazy. Because John's one hell of a fighter. And I'm not sure if people are giving him much, or the Americans anyway, putting much respect on John's name against Munguia. The only thing Munguia has on his side is youth, obviously. But John's about this life. He lives this life. So it wouldn't come as a surprise to me to see John win and bag the victory. You remember, John just come up against the pound for pound best in the world, probably ever. And look what he done. Went to the Lions Den as well.
Joe Cordina, we know that he just wants the biggest fights. I know he'll be enjoying his Christmas time back home with family, and then probably back in the new year. Could be a huge one, 2024 for him. Some great domestic fights, and we know that he likes to sort of navigate and the big money fights over in the States as well. Yeah,
the big money fights in the States. He's got to get them names over here. Do you know what I mean? He's the cream of the crop over here. So in the world. So it's only right that he gets the big fights he's asking for. The likes of... I like to see him with Shakur personally. I think that's one hell of a fight.
Serious fight.
That's the fight. I don't know how realistic it is, or...
Probably was at one point. Now Shakur's gone up to 135. I suppose Joe would move up. I mean, could be entertained.
Listen, Joe's last fight, 130. Yeah, Joe will come up to 135, no problem. No doubt.
And just the rest of the gym. It's quite nice to see your dad. He's been around an awful lot recently. Having him sort of training by your side, and well, I mean, you've only got to go downstairs and see. It's like family in this gym, right? And sort of just all ticking over. We know you got the young lads you sponsor, Maisie, obviously, who's not here today, unfortunately, but good environment and positive going into 2024.
Yeah, mate, this is what it's all about. This is the routine every day. It's just like a system. And having my dad here with me, man, he gives me a lot of strength when I don't realise I need it. You know, he's like my backbone, man. My dad gives me a lot of strength, man.
I'm sort of filming behind the film. Thank you for speaking to us at Boxing Social. Final message to your fans ahead of the Christmas period. A lot of people will be chilling out. Obviously, Day of Reckoning, December 23rd, but other than that, we chill out and we go into the new year. Message to your supporters?
Just a big thank you to all my supporters who have tuned in, you know, to all my fights and staying updated with what's going on. I want to give you guys the biggest and best fight possible. So thank you for tuning in, and hope you enjoyed this Boxing Social interview.
Conor Benn, top man, thank you.